When I was growing up, I watched Disney, and little Jiminy Cricket said, "If you wish upon a star, dreams do come true." Well, I drive touring bikes all day long on test rides, and they all have these wonderful air deflectors, and that really saves the heat at the stop sign when it's coming up. And I said, why can't my Softail have it? Well, guess what? Found it in the accessory catalog. It has air deflectors, mid-frame air deflectors that fit 08 to 17 twin cam motorcycles, except a few. I'm excited. So I wanted to show you what it looks like on my Softail. But I also want to share with you some pointers in putting this together. Yes, you can do this at home, but you're going to need some help and some tools. So let me show you. Let me take this seat off. You're going to have to disconnect the battery because you're around that area. What you will need, tool-wise, you're going to need a 1/8 Allen, and it's got to be a short. You got a 5/32 Allen. You can have a tool or any size for this one. You're going to need that size. You're going to need a 1/2 inch to get to the oil tank nuts, bolts down there. You're going to need, to help you, a little screwdriver and a pair of pliers. And you just might need a tap if you don't check the holes before you put the whole thing together. I had one that had a little slag on it. Had to make it work right. So put all the screws into the holes that are supposed to and check it before you start this project. All right, I've got one side apart. You are going to have 9 pieces. All right, you're going to have 2 brackets. You're going to have a cross brace. You're going to have a small bracket that locks in all 3 of these. And then you're going to have the 2 deflectors and 4 Allens to go with it. 9 pieces. Shouldn't be that hard, but you got to put them together in the right order. And read the instructions and follow the instructions, because one of the things you're going to do is one side at a time, because you don't want the oil tank to drop down. So you're going to take, with your 1/2 inch wrench, you're going to loosen one of these, or you're going to take one out, and you're going to slide in this bracket. You're going to slide in, then you're going to put it on. Then you're going to come over here, take this one out, and slide this bracket in. Then you have a cross bracket, but first, you have to assemble this little piece. There's 3 pieces. The bracket, a little stud that goes all the way through, and a lock nut. It will go in this direction together, and you'll leave it loose. Do not tighten this up yet, because this goes inside here, and I'll see if my cameraman can get a picture inside here. There's the bracket, and if you can see, I'm moving it in and out, and what happens is this goes in, and the bracket locks into it. So this goes in, and then the bracket locks down on it. Okay, once that's locked in, now these 2 are aligned, and you put this one in first, then you come over here, and you make sure this one is aligned. Now, when you are putting these in, this side works pretty easily. You have to loosen this so the bracket falls down a little bit, so then this slides in, then you line up the 2 Allens, and it goes in nice. This side here is a challenge. Why? Because you have wires going to the coil, and I happen to have my lead for my battery tender underneath and coming out, so I had to pull that out. So make sure you have clearance for the plastic piece that is going to slide in, but you have to loosen this so this bracket can move in and out, so then you can move this in. Now, I forgot to tell you, when these 2 brackets go in, that's what you need the needle nose for, because you're going to have to lift up this cross area that holds wires and get them to slide underneath it. It's just a slight pull, but they go underneath this little plastic carrier that holds wires that go across. So that's why that. Then the small little screwdriver you're going to use is, once this is lined up, you're going to need the screwdriver to get in here and align this final bracket that the 2 go in. Little pointers that they don't say in the instructions, but follow the instructions when it comes to, you need to keep these loose a little bit so the brackets can go in and out, so these will slide together. Once it's all together, the 4 screws in, you can tighten it up, and then this little guy in here, that's what the little 1/8, you have to get inside here and tighten it down just finger tight so it's pushing down on that cross bracket, and then lock this nut down. It takes a little patience, but you and I finally get to have air deflectors on our Softail. And that's worth dreaming on a star. I'm Doc Harley. We'll see you next week.